So another thing that you can do is you can add photos to your project as well. And you can do that either by moving it in as you would a clip and just maybe putting it right um, there, or you can actually do a cut-in type of thing too, sort of like a B-roll situation. So I'm going to kind of show you both and also show you how you can adjust those clips to be what you want them to be. So first let's start kind of basic, and over here you have some media choices. Among them is photos, and you can access your iPhotos this way. So if you've got a photo that you want to use, just put it in iPhoto and it'll be there. So I'm just going to let's just grab a photo really quickly that we can make use of, something with me in it maybe. Of course I never take pictures of me. So we'll, let's do this. I'm going to go to headshots, and here's my Twitter headshot, so we'll go ahead and grab that. And so if I wanted to add that in, I just grab it and drag it right up into my project, and there it is now. And now by default it's going to last for 4 seconds. And you can see as I scrub against it, there's a little bit of movement. That's called a Ken Burns effect, and we can adjust that to do what I want it to do. Again, I can use this little drop down menu to do most of my adjustments. So if I click on here, again I have a precision editor, again I have clip adjustments and video adjustments, and I also then have cropping, Ken Burns, and rotation. That's where we're going to focus. So when I click on that, if I want to just fit it, I can just say click fit, and now it's going to fit. So now as I scrub across, that's what I'm going to get. If I decide I want to crop it so that it fits inside of a video window, which is important, I have this choice here, but you can see that I don't really have, there's not much I can do there to get my whole face, so I'm going to have to make a decision there if I want to keep it that way versus if I go to fit, right? And what happens when I go to fit is it's going to just add these black panels. Or my third choice is that I can, and again, I can go into Ken Burns and I can create that movement. And it basically works from two things. It starts with the start panel and then your end panel, and they're going to be the same shape because that's the shape of the video window, but I can make them bigger or smaller. So for example, if I wanted to, I'm not sure why I would want to, but let's go ahead and try this. I could begin with most of my face in the picture and end kind of focused on my eyeball there. So what happens then if I do that and hit done is as I scrub across here, I'll see the action that'll happen. And so if I hit play, I'll just start here and hit play.
The student, I'll see you in a little bit.
And there we go, right? So that's one idea, is that I can put in a video and I can adjust it that way. I can also clip adjustment, make this last longer. So if I want it to be longer, I can just change the number of seconds, or I can again change the video effect so that I get maybe a little slightly different look, right? Black and white, for example. Another thing that I can do is to take a picture and I can do what's called creating a B-roll or a cutout. In iMovie they call it a cutout. So I take my picture, but instead of dropping it here, right, I drop it directly where I want it to happen on this clip. So let's say this is where I would want to drop this. I can drop it right there, and it's going to give me some choices. I can do a picture-in-picture, or I can do a cutaway, which is that B-roll choice, which is basically going to just, for that space of time, replace the video picture with my other picture. Or I can do an insert where I'm actually going to cut the clip, put the my picture in the middle, and then re-zoom the clip. Or I could replace the clip altogether with this new picture, that type of thing. So we're going to do a cutaway. And when I do a cutaway, what happens, you can see, is this is above this, right? So when this plays, as soon as it reaches this point where the playhead is, it replaces the video with the picture, right? So what we get
video so that I can play with iMovie so that I can learn it before
is
I
that
teach
effect.
it to you, the student. I'll see.
You can also see that it's been Ken Burns, and I can adjust that as well. I can get rid of the Ken Burns altogether, or I can change it. I could crop the picture differently. I can rotate the picture as well. I can also decide that I just want this particular clip not to be quite as long. Maybe I only want it to be 3 seconds. Hit done. And now
And I'm
it's
making
only
a
going to
test video
replace
so that I
that
can play with
smaller
iMovie so that I
piece.
can learn it before I teach it to you, the student. I'll see you in a little bit.
So there we go. And that's how we add pictures both as cutaways and in this form, which is a nice way to make, for example, slideshows, and also how to adjust those.